an interview for Lady Boss Mamas. I have a blog at soulma.com, and I have two boys, Bennett, who's 8, and Andrew, who is 6.
Hi, I'm Laura Kyttanen. I'm a lifestyle blogger, and I'm also a sensory branding and marketing consultant. I have a little boy. His name is Aiden. He is almost 16 months, and I'm thrilled to be here. We are starting this show and this series to interview mama entrepreneurs and talk about the real stuff that we are all thinking, but sometimes it's difficult. Who do you talk to, and how do you talk about it? And that's what we're here to do. So with us today is Ailina. Welcome.
So my name is Ailina Carona, and I wear a lot of different hats. Aside from being a mom to 3 girls who are 4, 2, and 8 months, so I just had a little one. I also run my own business. I do microblading. I have my own salon space at the Beauty Bar in Nashville. And in addition to that, I do marketing on the side for a few different companies, and also am a lifestyle blogger and working on my first book. So lots of things. Yes, but super fun, and it's a circus, but I love it.
Well, our first topic today, I think Molly wanted to talk a little bit about writing with you.
I wanted to talk to you just about what benefits you think writing provides, because I remember when we talked last time that you had this strategy for journaling, and maybe a little bit about like what that's provided for you and how you think it would be helpful for other moms and entrepreneurs and kind of like the whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So for me, I've always had a passion for writing, but after I had my first daughter, it was kind of a traumatic birth. She was born at 32 weeks and was just a little baby. And so I was nursing like every 45 minutes. And so I didn't leave the couch for, I felt like the first 6 months, because we brought her home at 4 pounds. So she was so tiny and had to nurse constantly. And I needed an outlet. I'm a very extroverted person and ambitious, and was doing a lot in my career before I had her. So just to stop was really hard for me. So that's when I took to writing more on a regular basis, and I started my blog. And that for me was such a healing process. And I feel like it kept me connected with the world, because even now through social media, and the biggest thing was just knowing that I wasn't alone. And so writing and putting out my blogs not only was therapeutic for me, but I think connecting with other moms who were in similar situations or going through similar things was really encouraging and helpful. And it kind of helped me get through postpartum, because I had it pretty bad after her. And so that was where I began, the journey. And then that kind of propelled me into working on my book that I'm currently working on. And it's taken 4 years, but I mean, when you have 3 kids in 4 years, you really can't expect more than that. So
you can't go faster. I mean, come on. Can you share a little bit about your book and the name and stuff?
It's called More Than a Mom. And it's a 21-day activity kind of devotional book that really takes moms through a journey of rediscovering their dreams, rediscovering who they are, their identity after being in motherhood. And it's for all stages. I mean, I felt like I needed that right when I had my first one. And then now 3 kids later, oh God, not 4. I'm hoping that wasn't like some kind of intuition. 3 kids later.
Say it out loud.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I still need that. And so every day there's a little bit kind of my story, and then what it really goes into is really inspiring journaling. And so getting you to activate different dreams that you may have put to rest inside of you because of motherhood, or thought that you couldn't do anymore because of motherhood.
So you mentioned something about a couple of your children having special needs. And this is a really topic that's close to me, dear to my heart. I don't have one personally, but I have some friends who do. And I know that it's a challenge. So do you touch on that in your book at all?
So I do actually, and in my blogs as well, I do talk about kind of our journey with that. So my oldest daughter was diagnosed with autism in April, and then she was diagnosed in June with 2 different genetic disorders. And so it's been this big, long process, because we started noticing symptoms in October of last year, and she's 4. So it was kind of later. I felt like a lot of my friends who have had special needs kids kind of found out a little bit sooner. And she's very articulate, so it took us a lot longer to realize that she needed that help. And so I talk about that a bit. I talk about basically my process through all of that, because it is hard. And then with her genetic disorder in June, that was a big hit, because we just got through getting all of her therapy and everything set up for her autism, and then we find out she has something else that needs medical attention. And so then we go through the process of all of her testing and everything that came along with that. And it's not one time done. It's like, this is something that's just going to follow her for the rest of her life. And so for us and for me as a mom, there's a part of me where when we found out, guilt wanted to set in, and I wanted to just like stop everything I was doing and just be like, okay, that's it. Like, I'm quitting everything and I'm just going to like focus on her. And as much as like I wanted to do that, there was another part of me, and my husband, who's also a big voice in that, was like, you need to show her that that life is as normal as it can be for her, and that you need to show her what a powerful woman looks like. And so that means that you need to keep with your dreams. And so for me, I'm going to cry. Sorry.
Me too.
You're going to make me cry.
Oh. It's so important for her to see what that looks like. And by no means am I perfect, but at the same time, like I think my biggest priority is number one, my priority with my husband above all else, and knowing that our marriage is healthy and whole. So she sees that. All my girls see that. And then number two is that I'm staying as present as possible. So she does have a nanny. Like, I have a nanny that helps out, because I couldn't do this alone. And, but in the moments that I have with her, like, I'm fully present, which means my phone doesn't come out, which means the TV doesn't stay on, which means that I am as present as I can be. And it's hard, because when you have your own business, you need to be connected to your phone. Like, social media is how I get clients. So like, I have to be like posting and checking and like, responding to emails, but I can't do that, because she needs that connection. And so for me, I was like, okay, I'm still going to continue doing what I'm doing, and being there for her as I need to be. And scheduling helps a lot, but staying present when I'm with her, staying in the moment, and not allowing different things to steal that time is really important in maintaining a good heart connect with her.
So you mentioned something, I'm going to get real juicy. I hope you don't mind.
No, I love it.
But you mentioned something, and I don't know if you touch on it. I would love to talk about it with you, about how important your relationship is with your husband, number one. And I also feel the same. I found it to be very difficult over the last year to figure out what that balance looks like, especially as it pertains to sex.
Yes.
And so do you talk about that at all in your book or in your blog or anything?
I don't think I do. I think I should add that. I still got time. I think I do talk about priorities in my book, and our marriage is the number one thing. So, yeah, I mean, we've been married for 7 years, and it has been chaos from start to now. Just our life has just been really chaotic with family, financial issues, as a lot of people are. But the number one thing that has always been my goal is to have a healthy and whole marriage. And I wasn't modeled that as a child. And so I went into search for that even before I got married, and kind of like, what does that look like for me as a wife? What does that look like to find somebody? And with my husband, I feel like that's been our goal from the beginning. It hasn't been easy at all. And we wanted to throw in the towel numerous times, like everybody else. And sex has been one of the most difficult things in our relationship from start. And, there's various reasons for that. But one thing that my husband and I have always said was no matter what, we're going to try to make this better. And so we actually, it's funny that you bring this up, last night was our first counseling session in years. And we went to a licensed therapist, and I'm really excited because he's all about rebuilding a heart connect. And there's so many times when you get disconnected, and having bad sex doesn't start in the bedroom. it starts at like the kitchen table and it starts at, you know, the morning when you wake up. And as parents, especially, you know, if we have multiples and we have all these different lifestyles in there, honestly, at 7 o'clock, I am ready for bed. Like, I do not want to do anything. And to me, having sex is like a marathon. And so I'm like, okay, I have to like fully get in the moment, and I am so exhausted. Like, I can't even. But we have really, for me, honestly, what helps is scheduling it. And like at this point in life, if we don't do that, it's not happening. And so in my mind, I have to be like, okay, this day, and like I prepare myself all day for that.
That's
and
good.
you know, get ready for it, and kind of like, okay, tonight's gonna happen. Like, this is what it is. And I don't have to tell him. Like, I don't tell him when I schedule. Like, you know, he'll get surprised. But it's like that kind of is what helps me. And that's just being real. Like, my stage in life, like I don't have that big of a sex drive because I am tired. And even if I want to do it, like my physical body is like, oh my gosh, you have been up since 3 a.m. Like, you do not want this right now. So, okay, that one.
And I'm going to read it. And then, so this is in the dream category. If money was not an issue, how would you spend your time?
Oh,
I love that question.
that is great. Oh gosh. Well, first, I'd go to Paris. So there's that. I think if money was not an issue, I would travel a lot more with my family, and I would probably just write, honestly, because I love writing so much. Like, if I could just do that and make money, that would be a dream. So yeah, that would be it. And then just traveling and experiencing the world with my girls.
I love that. What a great way to end the discussion on. And I really want to thank you so much for being with us and sharing this journey. When is your book launching?
So, well, it was launching in 2013. So,
Good.
I'm really hoping to have it out by next year. I'm hoping next spring. That's what I'm like working on. So I'm seeing the end of it, which is so exciting. But and I've already started. I do a mom's group that we meet once a month, and we do the book. So I feel by doing that, it's like propelled me to finish.
Amazing.
It's really good.
That is great.
So I'm hoping by next year, but you can stay connected on ailinacarona.com or lipsticksandlullaby.com, and also follow me on Instagram too.
Definitely.
Great.
I love your Instagram, by the way. Everyone should follow Ailina on Instagram. It's so cute.
Yeah. Thank
Amazing. You. Well, thank you so much. And for all of you watching, we've talked about a lot today. We've talked about some real issues and some fun issues, but stay tuned with us. Every week we'll have a new interview. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you soon.